China's major urban centers project a relentlessly high-tech vision of the future. The skylines are dominated by towering financial hubs, while the economy below runs on massive e-commerce networks and cashless transactions. The physical infrastructure matches this digital acceleration. High-speed rail lines move millions of people daily across vast, hyper-modern logistical grids. But when it comes time to buy daily groceries, this polished corporate modernity fades away. Millions of urbanites bypass the megamalls and step into crowded, warmly lit, informal neighborhood stalls. This chart shows the market share of fresh food sales across China. Despite the explosive growth of modern grocery chains and delivery apps, traditional neighborhood stalls still capture over 50% of the fresh food market. They consistently outcompete corporate retail on an enormous scale. The term wet market refers to a physical condition. Vendors constantly hose down floors and spray water over vegetables to wash dirt from the roots. This environment, distinct from the wildlife trade often highlighted in Western media, is a strictly regulated hub for standard household staples. The dominance of these informal spaces comes down to a specific, uncompromising cultural demand. Chinese shoppers evaluate their food using a strict set of criteria that corporate grocery stores consistently fail to meet. That criteria is called Xin. Often translated as freshness, Xian is a culinary concept that prioritizes food in its most vibrant, natural, and recent state. For the Chinese consumer, achieving Xian is the ultimate priority of any meal. In a typical Western supermarket aisle, freshness is industrial. It relies on antifungal sprays, complex cold chains, and climate-controlled packaging to extend a product's shelf life. Chinese consumers view this prolonged, refrigerated state with deep suspicion, associating it with a loss of natural flavor and nutritional value. Instead, Xian requires physical proof. The first pillar is absolute vitality. Shoppers look for vigorous movement at the point of purchase. A corporate supermarket relies on mass distribution, standardization, and long-term storage. Its logistical model is specifically designed to hide the exact indicators of immediacy and vitality that shoppers use to verify Xian. The pursuit of freshness also shapes the social architecture of the market. The transaction relies heavily on the physical interaction between the buyer and the seller. This dynamic is driven by guanxi, a Chinese term describing networks of interpersonal connections and reciprocal trust. In a food system that has experienced severe safety scandals, guanxi replaces formal corporate certifications. A shopper trusts the fish is safe because they have maintained a multi-year relationship with the person holding the knife. Vendors cultivate this trust by offering personalized, unwritten services. They will descale a fish to exact specifications, grind specific cuts of meat on demand, and offer precise cooking advice for the daily catch, a level of customized labor that standardized supermarkets do not provide. While the interactions are traditional, the infrastructure supporting them is highly advanced. Nearly every wet market stall operates entirely cashless, processing instant transactions through mobile platforms like WeChat Pay and Alipay. E-commerce tech giants are attempting to capture this market share. Companies are rolling out new retail grocery models, building high-tech stores. With massive live seafood tanks, on-site kitchens to cook the catch, and rapid 30-minute delivery options. Yet the traditional stalls hold their ground. By fusing ancient, decentralized trust networks with frictionless digital payment systems, the neighborhood wet market operates as a highly adaptive retail engine. These markets thrive because they are woven directly into the physical fabric of the city. Rather than sitting in distant commercial zones, they are embedded within high-density residential blocks, operating on the ground floors and in the narrow alleyways between apartment buildings. This proximity creates a vital social infrastructure. The market functions as a daily gathering point, where elderly retirees arriving at dawn cross paths with young professionals stopping by after work, anchoring the community. This flowchart illustrates how these markets bypass centralized corporate supply chains. The top path shows a typical supermarket route, moving from large commercial farms through regional hubs and centralized warehouses. The bottom path shows the wet market route, maintaining a direct two-step link from local smallholder farmers straight to the independent vendor. By eliminating the corporate middlemen and their associated warehousing fees, this decentralized route delivers immediate benefits to the consumer. Fresh produce in wet markets is priced 30% lower than in supermarkets, while offering a wider variety of seasonal vegetables grown by local farmers. These informal networks operate as a highly efficient mechanism for urban food security. They ensure that millions of residents maintain affordable, daily access to fresh nutrition, independent of corporate grocery monopolies. The skyline of a Chinese megacity broadcasts its economic power to the world, but the actual cultural and operational rhythm of the city is found down at the street level, hidden inside the wet market.